Hello and welcome to Europhoria, a Eurovision podcast about the great, glamorous and garish throughout the history of the wonderful competition that is the Eurovision Song Contest. I'm joined, it's not just me in a room, there is someone else in the room. I'm Roland Boddenham and I'm joined by
Isobel Shulman.
And each week we will take a look at just some of the amazing stories through the past few decades of Eurovision history. Before we start, however, Isobel, as a tradition, as it's our first episode, I'm calling it a tradition, would you like a fine glass of fair trade Malbec?
I would indeed. What country is it from? Is it from Europe?
No, it's from Argentina, so it's entirely the wrong
not
thing.
Fitting. This podcast, we've decided to do it to give a bit of an explanation, is that we bloody love Eurovision. And when I first met Roland, it was one of the first things we bonded over, was the fact that we both loved Eurovision.
We went on a holiday for Eurovision.
We did.
Sadly not to the country that was...
No, we went to Denmark
confusing.
and it was held in Sweden. So whenever I... tell people, we went to Denmark for Eurovision. Everyone's like, for Eurovision? That's amazing. Until I go, oh no, it was hosted in Sweden. We just watched it in a bar in Denmark. That was all. So,
sorry, excuse me while I'm just... Oh! that was really good. Okay, that was nice. So just pour out some...
Oh, that sounds fake. That sounds like a fake plugging noise. That actually happened.
It actually real life.
And again... Oh my god, it's so good. No, I was thinking, if I cackle too loud, is it going to break the microphone?
No, you're fine. It will break people's ears, but I'll have to level it out. So each week, the structure that this goes in is we're going to catch you up.
You're so formal.
I know, I'm the formal one, and you're just like, whatever, it's fine, guys.
I've been asking for the wine as soon as you mentioned the microphones were getting out.
So each week, we're going to have in a few different sections. We're going to start with the latest Eurovision news. Because there will be some every week, even at the furthest possible point from the next Eurovision. Then Isobel and I are both going to share a story from the history of Eurovision that we've discovered that week and researched.
Something fun, something ridiculous, something
outrageous,
insane. You know, Eurovision, a lot of people think the Eurovision Song Contest is just a bunch of bad songs by bad singers. It is not that. There is so much that goes on behind every single act in every single year. It's incredible. It's the greatest, campest extravaganza to happen so regularly and yet not regularly enough. That's my problem with it. It's every year, but it should be 10 times a year.
Which is why we're doing this podcast. We bring a little bit of Eurovision to every week. So that part of the podcast will happen. You'll get a little bit of history. And finally, to finish up the podcast, I have set myself the challenge.
He wasn't asked to do this. He decided himself.
To write and record a potential Eurovision entry. Now, my theory goes along the lines with the give 1,000 monkeys 1,000 typewriters and they'll make Shakespeare. So the idea is that
just do this often enough,
if I do this often enough, one song
a hit
will be and maybe down the line we can crowdsource it because maybe I'll run out of ideas after 3 songs. So listeners, if you want to send it in,
yes,
send it in. We
don't have any contact details yet, but we'll make them.
And I'm not necessarily thinking Great Britain entry.
No. You go from whatever country you want to go
Herzegovina.
from. I mean, if it could be for the UK, that's great because we need some help.
Yeah,
because our entries are awful. But
I'm sure that's something.
FYR, Mace, whatever you want, mate.
So shall we get underway, Isobel? Have you had some wine? It's very nice wine. It's good wine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right. It's Malbec.
A lovely Malbec.
I had a lovely
Malbec.
I keep forgetting what it is. I basically had a really nice bottle of red wine the other day.
That's a good story.
That's it. And now no red wine tastes as good.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good. That. So, Isobel, Eurovision news. We'll put a jingle in here.
Eurovision news.
It's not really news. It's an update. The news has been out there for a little while. So after Ukraine won last year with the beautiful song by Jamala, 1944,
in the most anxiety-ridden, stressful results that I have ever experienced.
Incredible.
It was too much. It was basically
Ukraine
a land war by the end of it.
It pretty much devolved into that. But it was a beautiful victory, well deserved. I think you and I would both say.
Yeah.
So Kiev has been announced as the host city.
Shocker!
I know.
Who'd have guessed it in the Ukraine?
Do you want to hear a quote from the Deputy Director General?
Can you name anywhere else in the Ukraine?
I
mean, I couldn't.
No.
That's why it's Kiev, because no one can.
Kiev.
Yeah, sorry.
Because of the chicken dish, isn't it? Is that
because of the chicken dish? I hate a Kiev.
Is it from there?
Well, I doubt it. Well, it might be. I don't like a Kiev.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't mind Kiev.
I don't know if you've had a really good chicken Kiev.
No, I don't think I have.
We've gone off the point. I was about to quote Deputy.
It was still about Kiev. It was still about Kiev.
So the venue has only hosted 11,000 spectators. It's
how many was last year?
No idea. I'm just thinking like
You'd
sports
guess about
games.
1 million.
It means it'll be more intimate. An intimate Eurovision. Welcome to the intimate Eurovision. Tickets go on sale before the end of 2016. So if you want to go, I wish.
Desperate to go. I don't not that I've got any beef with Ukraine, but if I'm going to go to spend all that money on Eurovision, I don't think I want it to be a Sweden one.
Yeah, like a big one. They do well with those, don't they?
But it depends how far off we are. We've just had a Sweden
It would be quite something to do a Russia one, just because it would be like terrifying.
I don't think I like that danger. I don't want that danger.
Real terrifying.
Trotting into Russia with like a harem of gay guys.
Yeah, it sounds like a trap.
It does, doesn't it? That's the only reason why they try so hard to win each year. That's all.
11,000 tourists went missing.
All the gay guys that go along to it.
In 2018. So that's the news. Tickets will be on sale before the end of the year. We'll keep you updated with who, where, and when the performers will be, and of course in the run up to the big event itself we will be going
we'll go mental.
The podcast will be intolerable.
We'll be screeching. Roland gets very high pitched when he's excited.
Jesus Christ. And I don't know, by that time we'll be huge. We'll probably be hosting our own event in the Hackney Empire or something.
Exactly, that'll be happening within
we've got these ambitions. Can't wait. Who wants to go first? Do you want to go first?
No, I want you to go first. I want to be more drunk because
that makes sense, because then we'll do my song at the end.
Yes, that's fair.
Yeah, does that sound okay?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the title of yours?
Have you got like a poetic title?
No, but it's just like it explains what it is. So we don't know what the other person's doing. We kind of we said like a vague thing of don't look into this part of Eurovision, but we don't actually know what the other person's talking about. No idea. I'm really happy with mine.
Ooh, I'm really happy with mine. So mine is a multimedia experience.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. It wouldn't be a Roland one.
It wouldn't be.
I'm gonna begin by playing you a small clip.
Okay.
You vote some ugly people from Finland that don't even have a real makeup artist, and you don't vote me because I'm not a slut from Holland, and I'm not a ugly fucking old bitch from Sweden.
What the fuck is that?
So let me tell you the tale of Sylvia Night. In February of 2006 as well, a national radio station in Iceland called Raz 2 voted a woman called Sylvia Night Iceland's sexiest woman.
Oh, hello.
Now, Sylvia's bio on her website describes her as an aspiring model, singer, and a movie star.
Aspiring.
Aspiring.
That's never good when you see that.
Her favourite foods are sushi and feta cheese.
Not together, I hope. That's disgusting otherwise. Separately, that's fine.
The interesting thing, though, is that a woman called Augusta Eva,
you could just make them all up,
came in 4th place in the same competition. And what makes that odd is that Augusta and Sylvia are in fact the same woman.
Shut up.
Yeah. So a woman in Iceland was 2 positions in the sexiest woman. That's got to be a ego boost, isn't it?
But did everyone know that it was the same woman?
So they did. Sylvia was an alter ego of Augusta. And it was a character created by Augusta to highlight some of the worst elements in society.
Jesus,
however,
it's getting very meta.
I know. However, obviously, as Sylvia was voted ahead of
the actual
Augusta,
real human,
it becomes clear that sort of the
is that why she goes mental?
The character was becoming bigger than the own creator. So I found a little blog online to give a little bit of perspective from someone called Devin Tate. Whether that's a real name or not is I don't know. And this is from 2007, so I had to go way back into the archives of the internet for this one. Devin, is that a he name?
I know a girl called Devin.
Oh, she, he,
might be. They. That's much more. That's much friendly, fairer, isn't it? We're friendly to all on this podcast.
Oh God!
Come on.
I mean,
come on, guys.
You clicked on Eurovision.
How can we not be? We're very gender inclusive.
So in this blog, which I liked, they described how they discovered Sylvia Night on a trip to Iceland. Quote. From the cover of the in-flight magazine to the huge billboards all over town, Sylvia was everywhere with her red, black and white striped hair, drag queen makeup and outrageous garb.
I love the sound of Sylvia.
I know. And then they write, but what was she? It was hard to determine why she was so famous or what she had done to become so omnipresent. So Sylvia...
That's how I feel about James Corden.
Are we going there straight away? Oh, I feel like
he's so omnipresent. How has that happened?
He does have billboards everywhere.
Everywhere. It's terrifying. I know I hear his song on that bloody Sainsbury's advert.
He's unavoidable. So in 2006, Sylvia entered the National Eurovision entry selection in Iceland with a song called Congratulations. The lyrics, which at the time were in Icelandic, talked about how lucky Icelanders were that she was born in Iceland, that she was going to win the contest for them because she was better than all of the other contestants. And obviously because of that, she won the competition and was the official entry for Iceland for the Eurovision Song Contest 2006. The blogger actually went back after she'd been selected to Reykjavik Pride, which I'm sure is
that sounds fabulous.
Amazing.
That's great.
So Sylvia had won the competition, but Eurovision hadn't happened yet. So in that in-betweeny bit, and they write, when we got there, the country was officially in a state of Sylvia mania. The song Congratulations was everywhere. You couldn't go into a bar and not hear it. Everyone knew the words. Even the drag queens from Norway worked up a routine to Congratulations. Although Sylvia herself was not at Pride, her drag queen doppelganger more than made up for it. So Iceland had gone Sylvia mad by this time.
Sylvia is nowhere to be seen.
Well, Sylvia was on her way to Athens, Greece, which is where the Eurovision was being held that year. This is 2006. I think just 2 years after the Olympics. So Athens has gone from Olympics to the actual
greatest,
like the real way of telling who is the best country in the world.
Yeah.
You
can't take steroids to make you crazy good at Euro pop music.
No, but you can.
Don't get Euro cheats. That's what you don't get. Get Olympic cheats.
Yeah, you do. I'm
never going to have my heart broken.
Eurovision's the most legitimate
by Dana International.
No, you've got your heart broken by an Olympian.
Many. Every day.
Those fucking Olympians. So obviously, I'm guessing everyone knows how the intricacies of Eurovision if you're listening to a Eurovision podcast. But obviously, the UK and 4 other countries get a free pass into the final.
Because we got the money.
Because we give out the money.
We get all
we'll
the
see
money.
How long that lasts. I don't know if we'll have enough money at some point.
This is genuinely, it's been my greatest fear ever since leaving the EU was started being discussed, is that if that happens, when that happens, is that we're not allowed to be in Eurovision anymore.
Turkey's in it. Australia's in it.
I know, but we'd have to actually start competing, and we're not good, which means we wouldn't get through to the finals. If we actually had to compete in the semi-finals every year,
we wouldn't get in.
No.
No way. No way.
No way, Norway.
Oh shit.
That's my favourite. That's my favourite Eurovision chant. No way, Norway. Because normally I find it really obnoxious.
Do you really chant that?
Yeah, we shout it at the TV every year.
Oh wow, I missed that last year. I was probably screaming too much. Iceland had to get through the semi-final. However, controversy struck before the semi-final itself happened. During her technical runs, she acted really rude, very rude to the technicians. I'm just going to play you. This is a little bit of audio that was taken from the behind-the-scenes rehearsals, and this is between songs, and Sylvia is asking them to play the song so she can rehearse.
Okay, I said play.
It means play, please. Then we're going to do it.
Fuck you, play a fucking song.
Okay.
Okay. She was
Sylvia is a bitch.
Yeah, she went on to describe the technical team as fucking amateurs. And then when in a press junket...
This is like the Eurovision version of when Christian Bale went mental on that lighting guy.
Oh, yeah. She in the press junket, she ordered the journalist not to look her in the eyes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no, that's exactly what Christian Bale did. Oh, my God.
Yeah, don't look at me.
No, he did that same thing.
Well, this was in 2006.
When
was the Christian Bale thing?
Maybe he was just
He was just referencing.
It was all an art piece of him pretending to be Sylvia Night.
Referencing Sylvia Night.
From Eurovision.
She during rehearsal, she also shouted on stage, and I'm not. These are now words that I start to feel uncomfortable with, but I'm going to say it for the course of
this is educational purposes.
She said she shouted on stage, "Fuck you, you fucking retards," which is bad enough, which is bad, which is
That's
awful.
Bad.
The Greek press misrepresented or mistranslated that word as "fuck you, you fucking Greeks." So it inevitably already offended a large proportion of the Greek population, which is where it was taking place. So then another controversy surrounded the English translation of her song, because obviously in the Icelandic vote, she sang an Icelandic version. So in the first verse, when you put your lyrics in for approval or whatever, it was written, the vote is in, they say I win. However, in the rehearsals and in the tech rehearsals, she was singing the line, the vote is in, I'll fucking win. According to Eurovision rules,
she's such a badass. I love her.
Songs should not contain foul language.
You can't do that.
This in fact resulted in an official warning. And Isobel, like a lawyer in an amazing episode of Law and Order, I actually possess the letter that was sent to her manager.
Can I read it?
Can you read it out loud? It's like a proper scan. It's got a signature and everything.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so it says subject, lyrics of the Icelandic entry in the ESC 2006. With reference to our recent exchange of mails and telephone calls, I hereby inform you the firm position of the EBU, not, and that's in bold, not to accept any foul language in the Icelandic song or any other of the entries of the Eurovision Song Contest. Should your artist use any foul expression in the song, it would immediately mean a violation of 2 of the rules for the Eurovision Song Contest 2006. A violation of these rules could lead to, and again in bold, disqualification from the contest. I strongly urge you, as the responsible head of delegation for your country, to consider these rules and make sure that your artists will obey them. Yours sincerely, Svante. Wow.
Yeah, so to which Sylvia Night responded on a website that she'll fucking say what she fucking wants.
Of course she will, because she's a badass bitch and she doesn't give a fuck.
So the semi-finals arrived, Isobel. The night is here, and obviously the press and production team and the Eurovision bods were very nervous as to whether Sylvia would change her lyrics.
Is Sylvia gonna say fuck on TV?
The event took place on Eurovision TV.
The question on everyone's lips.
So the event took place in the Olympic Indoor Hall, which, as we were saying, was only 2 years ago was hosting actual Olympics. Now it's hosting Sylvia.
A lesser competition.
So Sylvia came on to perform, and to the relief of the Eurovision organisation, she did not swear. She instead...
Yawn.
She said, "I'll freaking win." I know. And however, during her appearance, in the semi-finals, a big part of the audience and artists from the other countries booed her throughout the whole song
because they knew she was a bitch.
Well, because she'd been also saying stuff, and we'll get to that. She'd been saying stuff about the other contestants that was outrageous.
She'd been being a mean girl.
So they booed her, and sadly, tragically, because this would have been amazing, the voting public didn't appreciate her depravity and ego. She came 13th out of 23, which isn't bad.
See, this is why you need to watch the semi-finals.
Yeah, oh my god, because
I did not watch the semi-finals back in 2006. And clearly missed this.
Sylvia,
you missed some gems if you only join for the final.
She was just 3 places short of making it to the grand final, which really isn't. Well, it's not too far off. And as we know, just to give you some context, the eventual winner that year was the Finnish hard rock horror band Lordi with their Eurovision classic Hard Rock Hallelujah. So Sylvia was out. However, this didn't mean the show was over for her. In an outrage, she addressed the media after the show, which is at the point that we heard that first piece of audio. I'm going to play it again.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Okay.
You vote some ugly people from Finland that don't even have a real makeup artist, and you don't vote me because I'm not a slut from Holland, and I'm not a ugly fucking old bitch from Sweden.
Oh, she's got beef with Scandinavia.
Yeah,
doesn't
she hates them.
The only ones she names are Norway, Finland, and Sweden.
She hated
Did she
Sweden.
say I'm not a slag?
I'm not a
slapper?
slut.
I'm not a slut.
Yeah.
I'm not a slut, and I'm not an ugly fucking
don't
bitch
like
from
me
Sweden.
because I'm not a slut. She also claimed that
I like you, Sylvia.
I know.
If you hadn't been mean.
Well, she claimed that the only reason why the Swedish entry, Carola, I suppose. Now, actually, Carola was a sweet woman. She'd been doing Sweden's entry for quite a few years before that.
Oh, this is the fucking ugly bitch.
It's from Sweden.
Yeah.
She actually won it in 1991. She's one of the most popular national celebrities in Sweden and frequently speaks about her Christian faith. And Sylvia claimed that the only reason Carola had qualified was because she had slept with the head of the EBU in a car ahead of the competition. When a journalist said, "Are you serious?" she said, "Yes, I saw them in a car right outside my hotel. What she's done is terrible, and it's her fault I didn't qualify. She's been copying me ever since I got here."
Shut up.
A journalist said to her, "This is not too good. Why are you saying this?" And she replied with, "Fuck you." And then she said, "Someone's been spreading lies about me. I think it was your station that's been saying I hated Greece and Greeks."
I think Sylvia doesn't tell the truth always.
Yeah. It was your station that said I hated Greece and Greeks. I never said it. And you're a slut and I hate you. I'll sue you.
She throws that word around, doesn't she?
I'll sue you. I'll sue the competition and you will all go to jail. And she then threatened to throw herself off a bridge.
Oh my God, this woman's a maniac. How old is Sylvia?
I don't know. This is 2006 as well. I don't know.
Maybe about 30.
She looked quite young. She had some provocative images of herself.
She's a lot to contend with.
She really is. She went in big. Sylvia released a debut studio album after this called Goldmine. According to her website, it was one of the largest record contracts in Icelandic music history, which I'm sure Björk has a thing or two to say about.
And I'm sure probably
Sigur Rós.
I don't want to be really rude here, but probably our only main competition is Björk. If you're looking at
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I mean, it's not. Iceland's not a big place. They make amazing music. Yeah. But there can't be that many big Icelandic music deals going on.
I suppose Björk is. It wasn't an Icelandic music. It's the technical terms, isn't it? Goldmine actually topped the official Icelandic album charts for 2 weeks. I really want to listen to
it. I bet it's fucking great.
Oh, I bet it is. It's from April 27 to
He's just turned just naming people. She's a fucking slut and she's a stupid bitch.
The album had 2 singles, one called Thank You Baby and one called Goldmine. Currently, however, I looked into it. Her official website appears to have run out of its lease. And Sylvia hasn't been heard from for some time. However, alive? I'm sure her cries of "fuck you, you slut" can still be heard echoing down the halls of Eurovision history. And so we close the book on Sylvia Night.
No, I want to know what's
Icelandic
happened to
Eurovision.
her.
I mean,
we need to find out, where is she? I hope she's okay. I mean, she sounds awful, but at the same time hilarious. So I do hope she's okay.
I hope she's all right.
And I hope that she's still being wonderfully bonkers, but not calling people sluts anymore. That's the one thing she could just stop doing. Far. That would be great. It was a really good story, though.
We're halfway through our bottle of red, which is perfectly timed.
Okay, so that's fine then.
Our bottle of fine.
So that's our sun timer for the podcast. Is that when the wine's gone,
we just stop,
regardless of where in the story we're at.
Leave the room. Leave it recording.
Mic's down. Over. We're switching off.
So I loved that. It was immediately when I heard that audio clip and that letter as well. I found that letter
is great. The fact you have it looks like the actual letter.
Looks like the actual letter.
There's the addresses at the bottom.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to put
that
on our Instagram
that we've definitely created.
Europhoria podcast. Europhoria cast. What's the? Is it not at? It's not at anything. At Europhoria cast.
No, you don't do an @. On Instagram.
Oh, that's our Twitter.
Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, that's our Twitter as well. We've got all this stuff and more.
Ooh.
I don't want to slash. I'm going to slash the podcast.
You're not making friends.
I was like, all the other Eurovision podcasts I look for, I was like, they've got crap names.
We love Eurovision.
This is called Europhoria. It's really clever on like 2 levels. It's
do you want to tell your story?
Oh my god, yeah, I do.
I'm so excited because I feel like that was quite
that was really fun,
but it was like a small scale thing. It was a woman with her journey through Eurovision. I get the idea that yours is a larger scale thing, and I sound like I know what is coming.
It is. Okay, it is. The title of mine is Israel in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh, it's always
the history of Israel in the Eurovision Song Contest.
I feel like you've wiped off a lot of potential episodes.
No, I've culminated a few. You'll see actually that I've been very good.
I think I'm going to have to, as we go through our bottle of wine, just slowly turn you.
Because I'm going to get far too close to the microphone and shout.
I mean, loud. That's fine.
Okay, that's all right.
Don't feel like you have to be quiet.
I never do.
Okay.
Okay, so Israel, as we all know, is a country that are they're not too far away from controversy most of the time. I think that's fair to say. Yeah. They bloody love to get political.
Yes, they're a political country,
and that does not change when it comes to Eurovision Song Contest. They are, without doubt, probably one of my favourites in terms of consistently being a bit bonkers with what they do, or for just like causing controversy. So, to start with some basic stats.
Okay.
Israel.
Yeah.
They've participated in the Eurovision Song Contest 39 times since making their the debut in 1973, and they have won the contest 3 times. Okay. So Israel, as I mentioned, they're one of the countries that most years you'll hear someone go, "Why Israel in the Eurovision Song Contest?" I think that's going to die down, like it has been dying down over the years, and now bloody Australia,
which is you're one of the people that's like, "Why Australia?"
I know, I hate Australia in it. I hate Australia. I'm allowed to say that because I love Australians, like 3 of them, but like specific to me, I like a lot. But I whinge about that kind of stuff. No. But Israel, I mean, they pay to be there. Yep. Like they are part of the EBU, which is the European Broadcasting Union. So if we say EBU, that's what that means. And if I say IBA, that's Israeli Broadcasting Association.
We're going to be doing
both
a lot
of these terms. We're going to be using a lot. Okay. But people kick off about this all the time, including... so when I was Googling this, because I thought, oh God, people always whinge about Israel being involved, I actually found a change.org petition titled, "Israel is an apartheid state. Kick it out of the Eurovision Song Contest." Because the 2 things, I mean, obviously match up, right?
Get your priorities right.
Seriously.
Get your priorities
Seriously.
Right.
If you've got problems with human rights, like abuses... maybe don't focus on the Eurovision Song Contest. The one happy thing that we have in our lives in every really fucked up country.
Hey, look, do your apartheid as long as you don't rub it in my face during the Eurovision Song Contest. That's fine. Just keep it over there. Keep it out of the way.
In case you wanted to know, that change.org petition needed 100 signatures. This was 2 years ago.
100?
It got 68.
Oh,
didn't
close.
quite make
close.
it.
Just a smidge away.
Never mind.
That was...
Israel just participating in the Eurovision Song Contest causes problems. So because of their participation, many Arab states that are eligible to participate decide not to do so.
Oh.
So Tunisia, Morocco and Lebanon,
oh my God.
being cases in point, they could participate in the... They don't want to.
Imagine the music
because of Israel.
Wow.
Because of Israel, yeah. Tunisia was about to participate in 1977, but decided not to do so in the end. And Lebanon was about to participate in 2005 when it withdrew, which incurred a fine by the EBU because they pulled out too late.
Lebanon.
Because Lebanese law does not allow recognition of Israel, and consequently, Lebanese television would not transmit any Israel material, which... Again, if you don't know about Eurovision, if you sign up to be part of Eurovision as a country, as a state representing, you're gonna show it on TV. One of the rules is you have to show every single country that participates. You cannot pick and choose which songs you show and which ones you don't. So it's like a big deal. So people don't enter the competition because Israel are part of it, which is crazy. This is how important Eurovision is. This is how big a deal it is.
It's a huge thing.
Okay, so Israel's earliest selections into the Eurovision Song Contest were picked by the Israel Broadcasting Authority. Oh, I said association. I meant authority. IBA,
sorry.
And the first singer to represent the country in 1973 was Ilanit, who finished fourth. Criticism increased after she was sent again 4 years later, when she only came 11. Boo.
Going out
leading to a rule that the winner of the already established, I really like this, Hebrew Song and Chorus Festival would represent Israel at Eurovision each year.
Well, that sounds fair.
So you win that competition, you get to do the other competition.
That sounds quite
nice,
good. And a winner of a festival.
A song and chorus festival.
Sounds great.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Sounds great.
The Eurovision Song Contest winners of 1978 and 1979 were selected by this method before it went back to being chosen by the IBA, which after looking into this, was a bad decision because 1978 and 1979 saw 2 consecutive wins from Israel.
Is that the IBA choosing that?
Or did I get that wrong?
No.
Song and Chorus Festival.
Oh, the Song and Chorus Festival.
So when they used that,
2
consecutive winners, and they went back to the IBA. Israel have not done as well since.
That's what comes from letting men in a room in suits decide.
Oh, Roland's such a feminist. He's such a feminist, guys.
Let women have the decisions. Just let them decide.
Why? Because it was a chorus festival. Was there women?
I'm not saying the women. I'm just saying I'm making an assumption that the IBA is a group of men. In the 70s,
they probably are.
In the 70s, it was a group of men in suits.
Okay, so first winner, 1978, was Izhar Cohen and the Alpha Beta with the song Abani B. This is a great song. You would know the song if I played it. I'm not as technologically advanced as Roland. So Roland prepped things with like Apple products and I have not. If you can Google it anyway, it's called Abani B, and it's quite a famous Eurovision track because it's an up-tempo disco number. I love it. I know it very well as a Eurovision fan. I didn't know what it was about. It's about the way in which children relate to love.
Wow.
And the song uses the bet language, which is a children's language game where each syllable of the word is repeated with a bet replacing the consonant.
Is that like Pig Latin?
That's what I can suss out.
Can you do Pig Latin?
No, I can't. Okay. I never understood it at school.
Are you going to do the Israeli version of Pig Latin?
Yes.
No, you're not.
Yes. I'm going to say this now in Hebrew. So, thus, the Hebrew Ani Ohev Otak, which means I love you, becomes Abani Bi Obe Hobev Oba Tabak.
And they won with that?
They won. It's amazing. It's great. It goes like Abani Bi. Oh no, wait. How does it go again?
Go on, because we won't get sued.
Abani Bi Obehev Abani Bi Obehev Oba Tabak.
That's really good.
Thank you.
That's good.
I've practiced that many times. Oh dear. And there is a parody version of it you can find on YouTube because of how they sing it. It sounds like they're saying, "I wanna be a polar bear." So I haven't done very well in Hebrew, but that's very cute.
That's cute.
Yes. So this was Israel's first Eurovision win, which meant that under the rules of Eurovision Song Contest that they would host the following year's contest, marking it the first time that the Eurovision Song Contest would take place outside geographical Europe. Wow. First controversy. Yeah. Well, no, it actually was that the first controversy.
Australia nearly won last year.
Second controversy already.
Australia nearly won. Can you imagine?
You saw how livid I was.
This
when they were when they were close to winning.
You'd be done.
I'd be done with it. I wouldn't watch it anymore.
No, you fucking would. Of course.
I would. I love it. So according to author and historian John Kennedy O'Connor, broadcasters in many of the non-participating Arab countries in North Africa and Asia who had been transmitting the contest cut the broadcast when it was clear Israel was going to win. Jordanian, could you say Jordanian or Jordanian?
I would say Jordanian, but I've got no idea.
Television cut the broadcast and instead showed pictures of flowers.
Yes! Yes! Like, this is the one that I heard. If you're watching that on TV, you're going, I suppose it's just flowers now.
Just watching flowers now, that's what we're doing. It's the 70s.
That makes sense.
They often put flowers on TV, I think.
I think I was watching the Eurovision contest, but now we're watching flowers, that's fine. That's okay.
Totally all right. They also, the Jordanian news media afterwards refused to acknowledge that Israel had won and announced that the winner was Belgium, who'd come second.
You can't do that.
You can't get away with that.
You can't just be like, I
suppose you could get away with that in the 70s.
I mean, they did.
You just go, right.
You don't have the internet.
Can't do that now with Twitter.
No, you can't. But I guess a whole country
just thought Belgium had won.
And then saw flowers for a bit. I guess they just went...
It's just flowers in Belgium now.
I suppose they were just doing something with the broadcast. Yeah. Wow.
Weirdly, by coincidence, Israel also did not broadcast the victory, as the Israeli Broadcasting Association did not buy enough broadcasting time. So the victory had to be broadcast the next day instead.
Oh, God. Wow. Okay.
So that was their first win,
Amazing.
1978. And it's a banging track. Recommend looking it up.
Pig
Izar
Lamb.
Cohen and the Alpha Beta, Albanibi.
Good work.
Great.
Congratulations.
So the next year, obviously, on home ground in Jerusalem, the following year, Israel won again.
Fuck.
This time with the anthemic Hallelujah, performed by Gali Atari and Milk and Honey. They love long-named bands.
Milk and Honey?
Gali Atari and Milk and Honey.
Hi, Milk and Honey.
After winning the contest in 1978 and 1979, the IBA was financially and logistically unable to organise the event for the second consecutive year. So the organisation of the festival was subsequently handed over to the Netherlands, who agreed to stage it. But there was so much faffing around because they had to work out, can we afford it? And we can't. Oh, God, okay. The Netherlands had to just choose a date. The only date they could do ended up coinciding with Israeli Memorial Day. So the country couldn't even... can't even enter. They couldn't enter the competition, which made Israel the only country to date that was unable to defend its title, and meant that the winner of the 1980 Hebrew Song and Chorus Festival, a band called the Brothers and Sisters, did not get to take part.
Oh, so much potential. They had come from
They could have been the biggest band in the world. They could have been the next ABBA.
They could have been the Beatles.
Could have been the Beatles, and they didn't get their chance.
Oh, God.
Poor Brothers and Sisters.
Never heard from again.
Never mind.
Moving on. Moved on.
So the countries, the song's all right. Apparently, it's become like this. It's huge in
means a lot.
Jewish community. Like it was. I'm being very flippant about it, but it was also performed at the end of the Eurovision Song Contest in 1999.
Oh, that's nice.
All of the contestants as a tribute to the victims of the wars of the Balkans. Balkans.
Not the
Falklands. Balkans. So the country's best results then in the 1980s were the second place finishes in 1982 and 1983, which for me shows that Israel in the late 70s and early 80s
absolutely nailing it.
Really good at music.
Yeah.
Really good.
I feel like I should go back.
2 wins, then 2 second places in the space of 6 years.
And so politicised. Like, you would think that, like, the amount of, like, political voting that goes on now, you would think that they would...
Everyone loved Israel.
Everyone would be like, no, they're not allowed in. Ooh. But then they came second anyway.
But their third victory didn't come until almost 20 years after their first one. In Birmingham, of all places, in 1998, with singer Dana International. Took top honours with the song
I remember this was the first time.
Was this the time you first loved a woman?
No, this was the first time I had a conversation.
It's the first time I loved a woman.
I had a conversation with my dad about this.
In what sense?
About who Dana is.
Oh.
About, like, Dana used to be a man and Dana's now a woman.
This is the next controversy that I'm not going to go into big details on because I think Dana is such an icon that she deserves her own podcast for this.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm not going to go into a big history of Dana.
No.
But that was the next the next controversy, obviously.
I'll talk about my conversation with my dad in that episode.
Talk about the next one. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to say about Dana.
Okay.
But apart from its victories, Israel quite regularly gets into...
Hot water?
Yeah.
Sticky situations?
Mixed reception at the contests on a regular place. So I've chosen some of the best ones I found. Starting with in 1987, Israel finished 8th with a song called, sorry if I pronounce this wrong, Shir Habatlanim, which translates as the Bums song, and was sang by the satiric duo Lazy Bums.
There's always a place for satirical songs. Sylvia
There's always a place for political,
and I feel like
satirical
she
Israeli songs.
Yeah,
they love getting satirical.
Love satire.
They bloody love satire in Israel.
Satire.
So the act consisted of 2 comedians, Nathan Datner and Avi Kushner, dressed in black suits. They look like they look like the Blues Brothers with their sunglasses on their head, but without hats. I think they don't have hats on.
Yeah.
And it's just the 2 of them on stage with microphones like next to each other, very Blues Brothers-esque, singing this ridiculous song, and then halfway through they just start doing this ridiculous, again, very Blues Brothers dance. Okay. Very Blues Brothers dance. Okay. Like, it's great. It's comedy gold. Like, I love it. I had no idea. They're singing Hebrew, so I had no idea. So the song is, this was the next bit. The lyrics describe the daily routine of an idle loafer, evidently unemployed. He wakes up in the morning at 10 a.m, can't see the sun because of the shutters, and then there's a block of buildings in front of his view. It's all very weird. To me, even in the translation into English, it's a bit of a nonsense song. Like, the performance is more fun than the actual song. Yeah. The verses are interspersed with a repetition of the nonsense words, hoopa hole, hoopa hoopa hole.
Okay. I feel like that was a good rendition.
Right. It was the first time that a satirical comic act had been selected to represent Israel, and this raised the ire of the Minister of Culture.
Oh, God. The minister.
Yitzhak Navon, who threatened his resignation if the song represented Israel on the night of the contest.
And it did?
It did, and he didn't quit.
Oh, come on. Stick to your word.
Another politician who says one thing and does another. He didn't quit, but he kicked up a stink about it. He wasn't happy. God. Since then, it's a pretty crap song, but 2 cover versions have been made of the song. One in 1988 is a Swedish cover version, and there's a 1996 Brazilian Portuguese cover version.
Is it? Wow. The Bum Bum
They love
song.
the hoopa hole bit. That's the bit.
What's the name of the song?
So it's called
The Bum Song.
The Bums. What's it called?
The Bum Song?
The Bum Song.
The Bum Song.
But their versions are called hoopa hole.
I think it's like
the hoopa hoopa.
It's any song that has like a any nonsense words. People love it.
It's not a great song, but well done then.
Well done then.
I really like the outfits.
Satire.
I love the Blues Brothers thing. It's great.
Love
Next,
satire.
in 2000. Pop quartet Ping Pong represented Israel in the Eurovision Song Contest with the song, and again, this is Hebrew, I don't speak Hebrew.
We're going to have this trouble a lot.
Sameach, which is Hebrew for happy, so I'm just going to call it happy from now on.
Yeah.
The group was made up of journalists who entered the contest as a joke.
Oh no! We're now in the Eurovision Song Contest. I can see you and I both doing that at some point in the next couple of years.
If I could sing, I would do that.
We're in Eurovision.
I'll sing for shit. As we've already heard, this podcast. So Israel and Syria were officially at war during the contest. Okay. And Ping Pong decided to wave Syrian flags during rehearsals in a bid for peace.
Okay.
In a bid for peace. Angry at this, and that Ping Pong had performed suggestive acts with cucumbers, Israeli politicians demanded they be banned for not representing national values. And the IBA disowned the group. And when they weren't banned from the contest, the IBA then said, right, that's fine, but you have to cover all your expenses to go to Stockholm.
No. And they're journalists as well. Journalists don't have that much money. Journalists really... they don't have the money to
this is this is some fun. I found some fun quotes. So said Gil Samsonov, the chairman of the Israeli Broadcasting Authority, they will compete there, but not on the behalf of the Israeli Broadcasting Authority or the Israeli people. They are only representing themselves.
But the Israeli people voted them, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but
they beat like 83 other. 83. It was like a ridiculous amount of people they beat off.
We have 4.
They beat off.
And one. Maybe. We don't know. We don't know how
they
got
beat
there.
in the competition.
Sound
Yeah,
like
no,
Sylvia
they were
now.
voted. Yeah.
We have 6 people, and often that person, one of the 6 is Jordan. So that's...
They're doing really well.
They're 83!
Yeah. It was something ridiculous like that, yeah.
Must have been shit.
Okay. As soon as we got off the stage, the faxes started coming from Israel saying not to appear with the Israeli and Syrian flags, said Aiton Fox, the band's artistic director, who choreographed the offending performance. We represent a new kind of Israel who wants to be normal and have peace. We want to have fun and not go to war. But the right wing are not happy about that message. So they're being political. They're having a stance.
They're being political against their own country as well.
Ping pong, go for it. You bloody go for it, guys.
Yeah.
However, he admitted that the peace message was partly obscured in the video. You can call it a subtext, maybe, said Aiton. The song is about an Israeli woman on a kibbutz who is having a torrid affair with a Damascus man who appears in a traditional headdress. This is in the video. During his long absences, whilst the countries are in a state of Cold War, his bored lover whiles away the time by singing I want into a cucumber.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe that political message is getting lost along the way. The video also shows 2 male members of Ping Pong kissing. The suggested scenes outraged religious leaders when the video came out.
Seems like they're sort of leaping on the political message and just sort of doing fuck messages. It's political, but also...
It's political, but
I
it's
want
like
cucumber.
when bloody... what were they called? Them Russian...
Nannies?
Not lesbians.
Oh, tattoo.
Is that really bad? Were they actually lesbians? They weren't.
They weren't. They were fake lesbians.
Yeah, exactly. They're fake lesbians.
But they kissed. They said
Well,
that
exactly,
they would...
that's like, oh, that's
no, they didn't
political.
kiss. They said that they would kiss if they won. And
Yeah, they
they
didn't.
didn't win. And they didn't kiss. Did they win?
But it's that same thing. No, they didn't win. Oh, no, if they'd have won. Like... But it's that same thing of, we're going to be political because we're going to have 2 people of the same gender doing a snog. It's like, well... I mean, yeah, that is, but no, it's not. Like, actually do it properly then.
Have some proper gays.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to have proper gays and do proper stuff,
gay.
Like have a proper gay.
Yeah.
But just don't have like I mean, I'm not fully on board with like. I think they were being
okay.
But I mean, they riled people up, which is always fun. Yeah. The band was the favourite of the Enemy magazine for winning the contest, but failed. The Flags did make a comeback in the final, but they only received 7 points overall, coming 22nd in the competition. Bad times.
What year was that? Do we know?
2000.
2000, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 2000.
Israel then managed to go a whole 5 years without having anything really big that I found that was controversial.
But they still entered, but they just did a sort of, nothing one.
Yeah. But then in 2007, they had the entry Push the Button by the group T-Pax, which makes reference to Palestinian suicide bombs and was therefore proposed banned by a Finnish official to the competition.
Yeah. Suicide bombing is generally not a good thing to like. It's not, and like Eurovision's like a big party. It's not.
We said that about Ukraine this year when we were like, one of the lyrics is "Everybody dies," and we were sat there going, "Okay, lighten up."
Beforehand, we were going, "Oh my god, it's so depressing." But when it came
it's an incredible song.
we were all
oh my god,
staying on the feet, dancing, crying.
Obviously, the winner.
Yeah.
Of everything.
It was amazing.
I
It's when it's the context of the song. So we don't know. The song about suicide bombers might be. No, we can't.
No, it's crap. I've listened to it. It's rubbish.
So it's shit and has bad.
It's terrible.
Okay, no. Right.
So lead singer Kobe Oz begins by singing in English. It was sung in English, Hebrew, and French.
Okay.
Over a steady accordion beat.
That's covering. I feel like that's covering too many bases. You're going. I'm gonna
far too much already. Accordions and 3
You're trying
languages.
to please too many people.
He raps and sings.
Oh no! Literally,
rapping never does well.
He's trying
in
to do
Eurovision.
everything.
It's far too much. So some of the lyrics from this are: "The world is full of terror. If someone makes an error, he's gonna blow us up to biddy biddy kingdom come."
Oh, God.
There are some crazy rulers. They hide and try to fool us with demonic technologic willingness to harm. Then he repeats, "They're gonna push the button, push the button, push the button. They're gonna push the button. And I don't want to die. I want to see the flowers boom. No, sorry. I want to see the flowers bloom. Don't want to go kaput kaboom."
Oh, come on.
It goes on like this. I mean, I even got all the lyrics up on the interweb. The politically charged lyrical content, though, caused controversy yet again, because it's Israel. Some suggested that the song is a reflection of the anxiety of some Israelis about the threat of nuclear war with Iran. This interpretation assumes that the lyrics "He's gonna push the button" refers to the Iranian president Ahmadinejad. although this was strongly denied by the group. But that, I would say, is because yet another rule of Eurovision is that nothing can be too political.
Yeah.
So if you have a song that is too political, you won't get through.
So
there's the whole, like the Ukraine song, I always forget what it's called, the dancing, that one.
Yeah.
Some of the lyrics in that sound like they're saying Russian goodbye, but they're actually saying something completely different. Leading the calls for a ban was someone from the Finnish Broadcasting Corporation. However, the Eurovision Broadcasting Union approved the entry. It did not fare well because it's a crap song, finishing in 24th place out of a semi-final field of 28 and failing to reach the final. As of 2014, Israel has the record for most participations in the contest without ever coming last. But it has failed to reach the final 6 times, and in 2014 the country failed to qualify for its 4th consecutive year, which is very hard.
It's like Marmite, isn't it? They do either a big hit or a big miss.
They do something fantastic or it's crap. The last 2 years they have got through though. So in 2015 they had 16-year-old Nadav, I can't say his surname, Guedj, Guedj.
Yeah, fine.
Guedj.
Fine.
He was described as the Israeli Justin Timberlake. Hello. And he qualified with Golden Boy, the first Israeli song without a Hebrew lyric. Great song. Video has amazing dancing. There's some brilliant, like they do this like arms thing.
Love an Israeli Justin Timberlake.
He's definitely not 16. Like that's the one thing I'll say. You watch it. If someone told me he was 35, I'd be like, yeah, okay. He is covered in tattoos. But there's no... He's 16. And they're like, oh, he's still studying for his exams. Bullshit. He is 30. Easily.
Hey, you can still be 30 and studying for your exam. You just skip a few years.
But they say he is 16. Such crap. That came 9th.
Okay. Well, so
they're doing a lot better than not getting through for like
and also
6
we can't
solid.
talk about being nice.
And then in 2016, Hovey Stars, that was this year.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Sang Made of Stars, which
Israel's own Sam Smith.
I did not like.
No, you didn't, did you?
Yes, that's what I wrote. No, I wrote. He's a mix between Sam Smith and Evanescence.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Came 14th. Which I feel is higher than he should have come.
Oh, I feel
Loads of people loved it. Yeah, I hated it.
I feel like it was
really wet.
He must have been disappointed with 14. I mean, he disappointed he didn't win, but I feel like he had a lot of build up around him. You hate him.
Don't give a shit.
Okay.
Don't care how he feels. Okay. No, I do care. I don't want him to be sad. I hope he's okay. Hi, Hovey.
Hi, Hovey.
Yeah, no, that's it. The only other bit that I had about Israel, which I thought was fun, was that I found that over the years, the country that has given Israel the most points.
Oh, interesting.
So France.
Ooh.
In their top 5, France, Finland, Germany. Big.
Yeah.
Love Israel. Other way round though.
Least points.
No. Oh. Who Israel give the most points to? Bloody love the UK,
don't
they?
No.
Bloody love the UK.
Seriously?
I don't think we give them enough love.
They gave us... the
most points
biggest...
given in the grand finals is to the UK. They've given us the most points.
No.
Like in terms of who Israel have ever given the most points, UK.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a bit of a shout out now to anyone who does watch Israel and votes in Eurovision Song Contest. Let's just say thanks.
Give them a bit of thanks.
Just vote for them.
Give them a bit of
Bloody
thanks.
Vote for them, guys.
You need to listen to that from last year. You hated them last year. Not because they're Israel. You just hated him, I think. I don't know.
Not him. Just the song was crap.
Well, I feel like I know a lot more about Israel. I feel like I know a lot more about...
It's a fun place.
Oh my God. Fun, but controversial.
Controversial country.
Have you been there?
No. Our friend George goes all the time, doesn't he?
I've been there for 3 days.
For work?
Filmed a documentary over there. Yeah. It was interesting.
That's what we're going to do. He just films documentaries.
On Israeli street art. Right, so we're finishing our bottle of wine.
I'm quite drunk.
Yeah. I feel like that's how this podcast has to happen.
So now
settling in.
We're going to listen to Roland's attempt at... a Eurovision song entry.
So the idea is, and I'm worried because I do think this one is quite good, and it's a sketch, right? And I'm not saying I'm a good singer. I'm okay. I'm an okay singer.
I mean, he's a good singer.
No. I'm not saying that. This is a sketch, and so what's going to happen is I'm going to play the song, and Isobel is going to judge. And Isobel, I think you need to give I think the votes have to be from 0 points to 12.
Do's.
Yeah. So Isabel's going to give it a rating. We're going to talk a little bit about my sort of,
Okay. Does this have a title?
It has a title. It doesn't have a band name. I feel like we can come up with a band name together. The title of this song is United We Dance, Divided We Fall.
That's a winner already. That's going to win.
Okay, are you ready?
Can we also put a shout out for anyone that went to the Joe and Jake Eurovision Christmas party on November the 13th in Stockport?
Oh, God, get in touch.
Please do get in touch and tell us how it went, because
was it the real?
I am livid that we did not know this was happening.
Was it the
and
real
did not go along?
Katrina, and was it the real
It's
Scooch?
Katrina, it's Scooch, it's Joe and Jake of this year's fame. No, I'm heartbroken. So if you do live in Stockport or the surrounding area and you went to the Eurovision Christmas party in mid-November, please do let us know.
It's so early for a Christmas party.
Please let us know how that went.
Katrina's busy for the rest of the year, isn't she?
Europhoria podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, we're okay.
We have that.
We have that. I'm ready. Are you ready? So this is United We Dance, Divided We Fall.
She said it takes two to tango, but a million to make love. What's the point in hating if we dance like stars above? So now's the time to organize, step in line and feel the beat. So bring it up, bring it up, bring it up and feel the heat. United we dance, divided we fall. We won't stand for hatred, no fighting at all. So please hear my answer, my one final call. 'Cause united we dance, divided we fall. Danced every disco, we've waltzed through the bars. The way we let our hips go raised us higher than the stars. We've come together.
I'm dancing. I'm
Let's
fully
come
involved with
together.
this.
We'll foxtrot over hatred, we'll breakdance over war. We'll wow them with our dance moves till they can't fight anymore. We've come together. Let's come together. United we dance, divided we fall. We won't stand for hatred, no fighting at all. So please hear my answer, my one final call. 'Cause united we dance, divided we fall.
I know the lyrics already.
You know the lyrics already.
Does it fit with Eurovision?
No, so this is a sketch, so it's shorter. It's short. I mean, it's short. I think it's a minute and a half.
She said it takes two
it's
to
still
tango.
going.
Oh, no.
Just on repeat.
It just loops forever.
Okay, as long as it doesn't go over 3 minutes.
So it's a
that's fine.
sketch. So there's another verse, I'm sure, to add. There's more, there's dance moves. There's
fully involved
stage.
in that.
So it's United We Dance Divided Before. My thinking behind it is obviously we're leaving Europe.
So this is for the UK.
I think so. Or no, it's for anyone. Just saying.
I mean, it's not something the UK would normally do.
No.
And I feel like
It's
Sweden or someone ridiculous would get away with it
Or
a lot
someone
better than us.
sort of-
Or that we just went for it and we're like, yeah, well, we're going to go silly now because we're fucked.
What are you saying, silly? This is a serious message. I'm saying that we're better together.
Of course we
We're
are.
better. United we dance, divided we fall.
I'm going to get sad about Brexit now.
Oh no, don't. No,
get
it's
sad.
not. I feel like this is Bolivia or somewhere else that is just like a shout out.
I feel like this could be Israel.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Talking
feel
about
like they do
United
this.
we dance, divided we fall.
Yeah.
We need to come up with a name. I feel like a play on like Soldiers of Love or is that a thing
I
already?
think they're actually a thing.
Oh God.
I met a Swedish
Sound
pop
awful.
star on a plane back from
Yeah, he said
LA
he was,
once.
He said he was a Swedish pop star.
and he was. It's called Stefan Storm.
Oh, Stefan Storm. I think I remember you telling about Stefan Storm. I think it's
Maybe I've just made that up as well.
Oh, well, so, all right. I feel like we've gone off the point here. I feel like the attention's not on me right now. And I feel like the whole point of the songs is that the attention's on me.
Sound of Arrows.
That's nothing to do with
Sound
love.
of Arrows. But it had the word arrows.
What about like the march of love or the like love
Love March.
Love March. So Love March.
I love March. Yeah,
this is so you can see.
March.
This is Love March. This is United We Dance, Divided We Fall by Love March. What would you give that? So let's think realistically. Let's say by we've paid money. We've been the biggest contributor, you and I, to the Eurovision Song Contest. We got through to the final, and you, Isobel, are a country.
Okay.
And all of the people inside you are voting.
Okay.
What would you give that out of 12?
I'd give that D's points.
10.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's good.
That's not bad.
It's fun. I was dancing straight away. I knew the lyrics.
Yeah.
By the second chorus, I could sing along, which is what I always want from a Eurovision song.
The laugh bit's a bit weird, isn't it?
Laugh's creepy. I'll be honest.
But
fun. But it depends who's doing the laughing. What does the person look like?
It's me.
But it's actually you representing us in every. It
no,
looks like you.
No, I'm a writer. I don't have
exactly.
I don't have the talent of the singers, but I'm the backstage. I'm the backstage talent.
No, I feel like you can still pull that off. I'm going for 10.
Wow. Okay.
We
really are absolutely going to have worse points than that.
Yes, we are.
Probably next week. God damn, it's hard to write a song a week.
Are really bad ones.
All right. Well, on that note, Isobel, I think we should call this to an end. It's been fun. So get in touch with us at Europhoria @gmail.com.
I think we're going to try and just get Europhoria.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And
you have to listen to the second podcast to know which email address.
And you know what? We'll get both. So
we haven't prepared for it. So if we've said anything wrong, if we've offended you, or your race, or no, we have to say this. Any other business? Any other business?
Any other business?
Any other business? No, if we've done anything that we need to, or if you know more about any of our stories, or something extra interesting that you can tell us, please do get in touch and tell us, and then we will talk about it.
If you've got any songs, please do get in touch, because I would fucking appreciate that, because
it means that Roland doesn't have to do all the songs
every week.
I'm gonna do all of them.
Because listen to that voice. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook,
we're on all the social medias. Not quite yet, but we will be by the time you listen to this.
And as we say with every sign off. Eurovision.